Okay, so welcome back, everybody. So, the last thing that we did was we actually finished up the 19th of June. So now we are finally on another new day. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start off with Albert delivering it to the corner bookstore. Okay, so here is invoice number 102 for the corner bookstore. Okay, and yeah, here we go. Same thing here. This person had a terms of 50% COD. Okay, so that therefore the corner bookstore turned in check number 784. Okay, for half the amount. Okay, so how do we journalize this?
First, we'll go to the general journal,
Okay,
and it'll be checking,
checking. Good. What else?
accounts receivable,
Accounts receivable. Good. Checking, accounts receivable. What else?
and then the list of the sales for the regular coffee, sales for the supreme coffee, and sales for the ceramic mugs.
Okay, good. So let me copy this exact transaction right here because it's the exact same one. So copy and paste. Okay, and it is 620. Okay. So what are my amounts for my checking?
Mm, your checking, would the cash go in there for the $63.88?
Good. The check for the $63.88. Good.
Oh.
Okay.
And in your accounts receivable, because they receive cash,
Not in this
um,
case. What does accounts receivable stand for?
accounts receivable, what does it stand for?
Yeah. In this context, because we already received the money through the checking.
Let me see. So they received the okay, the amount due, the $63.87.
Okay.
And then you have your regular coffee for $32.90, your supreme coffee for $39.90, and your mugs for $24.95.
Okay. And what's my delivery fee?
$30.
Okay. First rule of thumb, make sure that each side matches.
It should be 127.75.
Okay. And let's double check on my left side. On my right side. 127.75. Good. Okay.
Is this where we notate the account?
That's
Mm,
correct.
okay. Invoice number 102,
Okay.
and the check number 784.
All right. For first should be who you dealt with. Who is the person you dealt
Oh,
with?
bookstore,
Good.
or is it? It's
Yep.
not Allen, right?
Nope,
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
it's
The
not.
corner bookstore invoice number 102. You're
And
gonna
then you put your check number.
good. Check number
is on 784.
Good.
Receive the check. And they got 50% off for cash on delivery, the discount for the 50%.
That is not a discount. What does COD stand for?
Cash on delivery.
Cash on
Oh, and
delivery.
they pay 50%.
They had to pay 50% correct.
And they have a net 5.
Good.
Okay. Then we need to deposit the money.
Deposit the money? Good.
Is that right? Okay. For the $63.88.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to deposit just yet. I'm going to wait to the very end, but I am going to record that I received the payment. Good.
Why would you wait to the end?
Because there's only two people who are actually working at the store. They're not going to go out into the bank to deposit money when they need to, serve the store. So in this case, I'm going to wait till the very end of the day, which is usually normally at the end of my in-store sales, to deposit all the money.
Oh, okay. All right.
But in this case, that is correct because we need to make sure that we record that at least we received the check.
Okay. Then we'll go to the general ledger.
General ledger, good. Go back to
Under
my
asset.
journal first. Okay, under assets. Where are we going to go under assets?
To the top, to your checking account under bank. Yeah, right there.
Good.
And that'll be 620. The amount of the check, 63.80.
That would go here.
I'm sorry, let me make my screen bigger. I can barely see. Okay. Right there.
What would my note be?
The check number.
Okay. I'm going to make this a little more clearer so it doesn't look like I wrote a check out, but I'm going to say I received payment. Okay. For invoice number 102. Okay. Then the check number 784. Okay. Just so that if I put the check number in there, it looks like I wrote the check. Okay. What journal number am I on?
What journal number are you on?
Hmm?
Oh, GA, General Journal 8.
Good. Okay. What's my total balance in my checking account?
The 1420.84.
Correct. Good.
Then then you need to log your accounts receivable.
Okay. So go just a couple tables down, accounts receivable.
You're gonna put the date.
Okay.
The invoice number is 102. General Journal number 8. The amount is 63 dollars and 87 cents.
Good.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So then what's my formula going to be to determine what my account balance in the account receivable?
I didn't put the formula in, but I got 109.52.
Okay. So in this case, if you did do the formula, can you tell me what I do?
173.39. Let me add that up again just to be sure. So the 63.87 plus the 109. Oops. 87 plus the 109.52. And I got 173.39.
173.39. Good.
Okay. Then we're gonna list our sales
Sales. Okay. Revenues.
under revenue. We're gonna put the date. Okay. 6/20, and the invoice number is was it 102?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How many pounds did I sell?
We sold 10 pounds.
Okay, we sold 10 pounds.
General journal number 8. And the amount is $32.90.
$32.90 I have on my end. 32.90.
$32.90.
Mm-hmm.
Previous balance and that total. This might be wrong. 82.25.
82.25. Good. Excellent.
Okay, good. I added those two. And then so we get the revenues. Now you need to put in the copies under sales.
I am in sales.
So go to your so that can you go up a little? Oh, that's your Supreme coffee.
Yeah, we just entered in our regular coffee.
Oh, okay, we just did the regular. Okay, so now it's the Supreme coffee.
Good.
Date is the 20th of June. Invoice number 102. And they got 10 pounds. C8. 10 pounds, yeah. And the total I got, so it'd be the 39.90. And the total I got is 69.90.
69. Not 69. 90.
It's not the 39.90. 79.80.
79.80. Good.
Okay, then go to your he needs to get his $30
Okay, so we still have to do one more, which is the ceramic coffee mugs.
coffee mugs. The 19th.
20.
I'm sorry, yeah, the 20th. We got 5 coffee mugs. Do we list that? The
Yes.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, General Journal 8. And a credit for 24.95. And that's it, right?
Now we have to go ahead and give him his $30 delivery credit.
Dollar, yeah, delivery charge. and that's under revenues.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, right there.
Mm-hmm.
620, invoice number 102, general journal 8, your $30 credit. The normal balance, would it be 30 as well? Or do I
What's
do
30?
30?
You have to add them together.
Add the both credits,
Mm-hmm.
which would give me $50.
Good. $60.
Then the subsidiary ledger
Good.
for his commission expense.
Okay, we could do the commissions first.
620. Oh, wait, think I messed up. 620. Okay, corner bookstore. The invoice number is 102. Is it there already? The 127.75.
Good.
Oh, it's
So,
already listed. Oh, let me
mhm.
move over. So, okay. And that's it, right?
How, well, since he just delivered his coffee, he deserves his 10% cut. What is that 10% cut?
Um, mm, mm, I don't know.
What's 10% of the sales?
Percent of the 127.75
Correct?
times 10%. $12.78.
Good. Good. So, this is what I want you to do for total commissions. I want you to do the same thing here where we have a running balance. So, in this case, I'm going to add 21.91 because that's what I owe him so far. Plus
Mm-hmm.
he just earned $12.78. So therefore, in grand total, how much commissions has he earned so far?
So the 127.78.
No, not the 127.
The $12.78 and the 21.91.
Correct.
$12.78. $34.69.
$34.69 is what we owe him in grand total right now.
Okay.
Good.
What is um? So we did the journal. We did the subsidiary. We did the ledger. Um.
One more.
Collected his commission.
Well, in actually this case, it's two more.
Really, the customer list.
Customers. Okay, good.
Go over to customers.
Okay. Who did we
Go
deal
to
with?
the corner bookstore.
The corner bookstore. So that should be the very last table here. Good.
Yeah, yeah. And the date 620. Notes. Um, the 50% for the 50% of the cash on of the COD.
Okay. What check number?
784.
784.
There was no invoice number. Oh, that'd be G8 for
No,
the post.
invoice number 102. We billed him
Oh,
102.
okay. And then the post reference number G8.
Good.
Returns was a net 5.
Okay, so I'm going to actually put 50% COD net 5 just so then you know why we charged him those 50%. Okay, good.
Okay.
What is the is there a discount due date?
No discount due date.
No discount. Good. But what is the actual due date?
Oh, actual due date, the 25th?
Correct. Good.
25th? Is
Mhm.
that right?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. No advance pay, no sales.
What was the total sales here?
Sales. 127.75.
Good. 127.75. Okay.
Okay.
Any returns?
No.
Any
And
discounts?
no.
How about payments?
And he payment of the $63.88
Good. All
for
right.
the CLP.
Mhm.
And um,
So what is the total amount of accounts receivable that this person owes me?
the total amount $63.87.
Excellent. Good. Good.
And I think that's it, right?
That is it for this transaction.
Okay.
Good.
Took me all night on that
Well, you did
one.
good.
Maybe
Now,
we're catching up on my work.
last thing that we have to do is now we need to update inventory because we have perpetual inventory. But I meant for this transaction, recording the sales is completely done.
Okay, good.
So now we
So
need to
that's it.
update the update the inventory. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So under your ledger,
How
it's
do
more.
how do we update our inventory?
Go to your inventory worksheet.
Correct. Inventory worksheet.
So for the coffee,
Mm-hmm.
do I add both of the coffees, the regular and the supreme, together, or are they logged in separately?
Look at the tabs down below.
Down, oh, regular coffee.
Okay.
Okay, separately. My bad.
Okay. Good. No, good. I just want to make sure that you understand what you're doing. Good.
Um, so you're gonna put in your amount for your regular coffee,
Where?
620
Okay,
right there,
620. Okay, good.
and the quantity was 10.
10. Good. At what cost per
Ooh,
item?
hold on, ooh, okay, this might be wrong, but I got 160,948.
Okay, so 1.60941.
I got 8.
How did you get that number?
One 160,948. You got 38. Oh, I must have added something. 1.60938. Is that right?
What are you calculating?
I am calculating the 2655. I'm sorry, the quantity of 10 times the 2655.
Why are you doing 2665?
I don't Tell me, cause I'm lost right there. This part I didn't get to, so you need to tell me.
All right, so right now, what is the cost per item? How much is it going to cost me to sell 1 pound of coffee?
Sell 1 pound. $1.80.
We're on regular coffee right now.
The quantity is 184.
No, I'm not looking at the quantity. I'm looking at the cost per
What is
item.
that? No, I don't
You
know.
you were you were really you're in the right area, general area. I don't know what you were calculating, but in this case, the cost per item. Where do I find my average cost per item?
Cost per item is the 1.60938, right?
Not 3.8. I don't know where
I'm
you
putting.
I don't know where you're calculating that. It's not 3.8.
I'm not calculating. I'm looking at the amount that you have right here of the 1.60938.
That's on the cost of goods sold. I'm not asking on the cost of goods sold. I'm asking on the inventory on hand.
Okay, then you need to tell me what you're looking for because I do not know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I just caught up on all my work and I thought I was through. I didn't do the inventory part because I don't know it.
Okay, I
So you
understand that, but that's why I'm teaching you.
out.
Okay,
Can
so
you
right
explain
now,
it? What is this black spot right there? Because it's blocking. Is it blocking something that I need to see? The black square
mm-mm,
for the
mm-mm.
cost and the total?
We're
Okay, then you need.
crossing values out right now.
Okay, then you need to explain it to me, honey, because I don't understand this part, the inventory part. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. Okay, so first one, what tracking method are we using for regular coffee? How are we keeping track of my regular coffee? Periodic or perpetual? Kim, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Okay, so I'm asking you questions right now. So, how am I keeping track of my inventory?
Is it perpetual?
It is perpetual. Good. So that means we have got to constantly update. How am I calculating the cost? What's my costing method I'm using?
Can somebody help me?
Kim, you need to be able to do this on your own because you will be tested on this. So my question to you, if you could just answer these questions, it will help you find the answer. So in this case, how am I calculating the cost of my inventory?
You are multiplying it by your quantity.
Okay, that's not the question I'm asking. What costing method am I using?
What
FIFO?
is
Am
this?
I using LIFO? Am I using moving average? Am I using weighted average? How am I calculating my inventory?
I just told you I don't know that part. So you need to explain it to me, okay?
Okay. Now, the best way for me to teach you and for you to understand is by asking you these questions because if you don't know what you're doing, and then for me to explain and give you the answers, you're not going to learn from that. I need you to understand when
I
we're
got you.
calculating
Mm.
the inventory, right? What method
Time.
am I using? Am I using FIFO, LIFO, or moving average?
A moving average.
We're using moving average, okay? So
Moving
on the right side, I'm calculating my average cost per item because every time I sell an item and every time I purchase an item, I have to calculate my cost per item. That's the question I'm trying to get to you now. So on the right side, okay? Right now, how much do I have? What's my quantity that I have on hand?
Multiply the cost.
Okay, I'm asking you, how much quantity do I have on hand right now?
On 10.
On hand right now. How much do I have in my inventory right now? Not what I sold.
How much do you have in your inventory right now? Inventory. I,
Look on the right side of my screen. I have it right here where it says inventory on hand, where the black squares are.
is that the on hand quantity cost?
Right. What do I have right? How many pounds do I have right now in my inventory?
How many pounds? The 193.5.
One night good, correct. Okay. Now, what's my total quantity that I have right now? How much is 193 and a half pounds costing me right now in grand total?
So
My
you
total
have
cost.
10. The
I'm
total
not,
cost 193.50.
that's how many pounds I have in my inventory. That's my quantity. I'm asking for the total.
Hold on. 311.42.
311.42, that's correct. Now, if I have $311.42, how do I calculate my cost per item? If I have a total cost of 311.42 and have a total pounds of 193 and a half, how do I calculate my cost per item?
Are you divide it into the 193.50,
Correct.
which gives me the 1.60940568475.
Yes, that's your average cost per item. Correct. Now, if that's going to cost, if 1 pound is going to cost me $1.60941, right? How much is it going to cost me if I sold 10 of those pounds? So this is where you need to multiply your numbers.
So the 1609.
1609, excellent. That's how I'm doing my average cost now. Okay, good. Now that you figured out that because you sold 10 and it cost you $1.60941, that means that at the end of the day, I sold a total of $16.09. Now, with this information that I just solved for, I need to update my inventory because I no longer have 193 and a half pounds anymore. I sold 10 of those pounds. So, if that's the case, then what is my new quantity? If I sold 10 pounds, what is my new quantity? If I started with 93 and a half pounds, and I just sold 10 pounds, how many pounds do I have left? Kim, you still there?
I'm sorry, I'm just talking and it's on mute. Um, so you didn't hear what I said. I have 160, 100. Okay, so subtract the 10 from the 193 would be 183.5.
Good. Excellent. Okay, good. Now, if I started out with 311 and 42 cents, but I sold $16.09, how much should I have left in my total cost?
295.33.
295.33. Excellent. So now, because I am using moving average, how do I solve for my average cost per item now? If I have a total cost of $295.33 and I have a new quantity of 183.5, what is my new average cost per item? So then the next time I sell something, I know exactly how much it's going to cost me per pound. So in this case, what is, did you want to calculate it?
The 1609.
No. We're not talking about cost of goods sold anymore. We're talking about your inventory on hand. Okay? If I have a new total cost of $295.33, okay, and a new quantity of 183.5, what is my cost per item?
1.60942779291.
Good.
That's what
That number is going to be the next time you sell something or the next time you use pounds. That's how much it's going to cost you per pound.
Okie dokie.
Excellent. Okay,
Okay.
good. So then now let's go ahead and do our supreme coffee.
I'm done.
Okay. Right? How many pounds of supreme coffee did I sell? Kim, how many
Oh,
pounds of
oh.
supreme coffee did I sell?
You sold 10.
We sold 10. Good. Okay. Now, in this case, we're using the FIFO method to calculate our cost for supreme coffee. Now, over here on my inventory on hand, I have 2 batches of inventory. Which one do I use if I'm using FIFO method? First in or first out?
Your cost there is $1.80.
Excellent. $1.80 because that's the very first batch I still have left. So in this case, how much is it going to cost me to sell 10 pounds at $1.80?
$180.
Okay, let's
10
try it.
pounds at a
10 pounds at $1.80.
$18.
$18. Good. Excellent. Okay. So now I need to update my inventory because now I no longer have 76 and a half pounds in my inventory for the first batch. I sold 10 of those items. So I need to update here, right? What is 67.5 minus 10 since I sold 10 pounds?
57.5.
57.5. Good. Right? Now, if I have 57.5 pounds at $1.80, what's my total cost now in my inventory for batch number 1?
103.5.
103.5. Good. Okay. So here I have it. I have the exact numbers that I'm looking for, which is number 1. It cost me $18 to sell my Supreme coffee. Okay? And it cost me $16.09 for my regular coffee. Okay? So then I need to go to my journal because I have to manually take that out of my inventory. Okay? So in this case, how do we represent that we sold our coffee? And how do we represent how much it cost me to sell those coffees?
When you say how do you represent it, I'm not understanding.
How do I journalize it? How do I journalize that I just calculated the cost that I sold the good of coffee? How do I represent that, and how do I take that out from my inventory?
Oh, I don't know. That part I don't know. Can you explain it?
Okay, so in this case, what did we do? What was the purpose of doing the inventory worksheet? What did we calculate?
On the inventory, the quantities.
What is this column that I solved for right here?
The inventory on hand.
Not the inventory
Oh,
on hand.
the moving average.
Not the moving average. Right here, the first column. Why did I calculate 10 pounds that I sold? What do you call this section?
The cost of goods sold.
Cost of goods sold.
So you're saying how to take that out?
I have to journalize this, right?
Right.
So
So,
I just calculated the cost of goods sold.
I don't know.
You're doing good. You're doing good. If I just calculated my cost of goods sold, how do I journalize my cost of goods sold?
Didn't I just journalize it? We went to the journal at first, right?
We journalize the sale of the coffee, but this is what it cost me to sell those goods. And I have to take it out for my inventory. How do I journalize the cost of goods sold and at the same time take it out for my inventory?
I don't know. Am I the only one in class today? Is no one can jump in to help?
Well, I mean, I want to make sure that you understand, not just follow along.
Okay, I want to make sure that you understand that I just got caught up last night and I'm still trying to catch up, so I'm not there yet.
We've been doing about 4 transactions with this very particular inventory worksheet. Now, if you're the only student that caught up just now, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, not just you, not just everyone else has already got it done and you're behind. I want to catch you up. So instead of leaving you behind, I need to catch you up. So right now, we just did our inventory worksheet. We just calculated our cost of goods sold. Okay? Look on your chart of accounts. Do you have a cost of goods sold account?
Yes, right there, the cost of goods sold.
Okay, so good. So what's underneath the cost of goods sold? What do you have?
Um, okay, you're going to the subsidiary.
No,
Mm,
we're still on the journal. We're still on the journal because I have to journal first before I can go anywhere else.
okay.
So, is there an account for cost of goods sold?
Can I see the journal again?
What do you need to see the
The,
journal for?
the, click on the general journal so I can see how you did it with the last one
What last one?
for
I,
Katie's.
for
Katie's
Katie's
coffee.
Coffee Corner. There you go.
Yeah.
Here's the sales.
Okay, so, and your question is, that's all I can see on there that I had to do. The grand opening discount, the coffee. Um, I'm not understanding I'm not understanding your question.
Okay, so we just went to the inventory worksheet, right? We just
Right,
spent the time to calculate how much it cost me to sell those items.
right.
What's the point of me doing this? I need to update my
Mm,
inventory, right? I have to journalize that I calculated the cost of goods sold and I need to take it out from my inventory. Now, how do I journalize that? Okay? I just calculated the cost of goods sold for my regular coffee cost me $16.09. I have to also take that out from my inventory. Now, how do I journalize this? Use your chart of accounts. Do you have an account called cost of goods sold?
yeah, under expenses.
Under expenses, okay? Is it broken down by the specific items?
Is it broken down by specific items? Oh, you talking about for the cost of goods? Yeah, it's under, yeah, specific
Yes.
items under regular.
Yes. We have a cost of goods sold for regular coffee and a cost of goods sold for supreme coffee. Okay? Now, since cost of goods sold is directly correlated to inventory, right? How do we
Mm-hmm.
represent or journalize that we're taking out from inventory? What accounts are we taking out if it's inventory? If I got rid of 10 pounds from my inventory,
If you got rid of 10 pounds from your inventory, how do you take it out?
yeah, how do I journalize that? Use your debit and credit system. If I'm increasing an asset, I debit, correct? How do I
Right.
represent that I'm taking away from my assets?
So you're gonna credit it.
Credit what? Which accounts?
You're gonna credit the coffee. I'm sorry. You're gonna credit the coffee account.
Excellent. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So now Is it making more sense? And so after we've calculated this, right, we go to the inventory worksheet. We calculated our cost of goods sold. But at the same time, we also updated our inventory, right? We have to take it out from our inventory. So in this case, my journal is going to be like this, where I've calculated my cost of goods sold for the regular coffee. I've calculated the cost of goods sold for my Supreme coffee. And because I'm taking it out from my inventory, I have to take it out from my regular coffee and my Supreme coffee.
Okay.
Okay? So,
All right.
how much did it cost me to sell 10 pounds of my regular coffee?
It costs you 10 pounds of your regular coffee, $16.09.
$16.09. Good. Okay? How much did it cost you to sell 10 pounds of your Supreme coffee?
$18.
$18. Good. Right? So now now my journal is complete because now I've calculated my cost of goods sold and I've journalized it. This right here tells me I'm going to get rid of it from my ledger. So in this case, right, I'm going to make a note here that I sold to the corner bookstore. Okay.
And the invoice number,
One.
102.
Good. Excellent. Okay. So now that I finish my journal, what's the next step?
After the journal comes the ledger.
Good. So now we have to update our ledger accounts. Okay. Starting off with the cost of goods sold. Right? Here we are. Cost of goods sold for the regular coffee. How many pounds did I sell?
10 pounds.
Yes. So here we actually sold 10 pounds. Okay. General journal number 8. And how much did that cost me?
$16.09.
Good. Good. Right?
Okay, that's where I got lost right there. That cost. I didn't see that. Okay.
So now we also have to do the cost of goods sold for our Supreme
The
coffee.
cost.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be the 20th.
The what?
Um,
Oh, okay,
the
June 20th. Mm-hmm. Okay. We sold, how many pounds did we sell?
10.
Good.
The 8. We're going to debit for 18.
Yes, good.
$18.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to take it out from our inventory because we don't have these pounds anymore. So I need to go to my assets. Okay. And I need to go to my regular coffee account. Okay. So this is regular coffee. Okay.
Mm-hmm. 20. Used 10 pounds.
We sold 10 pounds.
G8.
GA, good.
So 10 times 18. I mean, $1.80.
Okay, so that's for the Supreme coffee. In this case, you already know how much it cost you, right? If it cost you $16.09, that's exactly how much you're going to take out from your inventory.
Okay.
So you're going to take out $16.09.
They first put in the regular coffee and then put in the Supreme coffee.
Correct, because
For
they're separate right now, yes.
Okay, so that's what you mean when you say, how do I take it out? This is taking it out.
Yes, this is taking it
Okay.
out.
All right.
So then, how much is my new balance in my regular coffee account?
296.15.
All right, so you're off by a couple dollars here. So if I started with 311.42 and I subtracted 1609,
295.33.
295.33. And where did we solve this number before?
Mm, 295. Mm, right there
In our
under the total.
in our inventory worksheet.
Okay.
All right, so that's how we check to make sure we did our accounting correct. So that means
Okay.
when I start off, the next time I sell or purchase, my new balance is at 295.33. All right,
Cool.
right? So now let's go ahead and
Right.
do the last one, which is for the Supreme Coffee. Okay? So Supreme
And
Coffee account.
620.
620.
We used 10 pounds.
Sold. Okay.
I'm sorry, sold 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
General Journal 8.
Good.
That was at a dollar, $18 at a dollar eight,
$18. Good.
which gave a total of the 332.
332, which should match your inventory worksheet. Right? Right? Because we
Okay.
have two batches of Supreme Coffee, right? We have our first
Um,
batch at 103.50 and our second batch for 228.50. You add those two numbers together, you should get $332 even.
okay.
And now we are done with this transaction. And that's how we complete it.
Lord,
So good job, Kim. I understand that it sounds intimidating every time I keep asking you these questions, but now we kind of understand now. Yes?
that was a brain drainer.
Yes.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
that was
I
only one
definitely.
transaction. Yes.
What do you do on a ceramic mat?
What is that, Nathan?
The sales of ceramic, the coffee mat.
Okay, so what tracking method are we using for the ceramic coffee mugs?
You don't need to update the inventory on that part.
Well, in this case, right, what tracking method am I using to keep track of those coffee mugs?
Perpetual.
Not perpetual.
You mean the FIFO?
No. You were right on the tracking part. It's not perpetual. What is it?
There you go, the stack now.
It's periodic.
Oh, you mean okay.
So in this case, do we care about keeping track of what we sold?
No, just the
No, not until the very end when someone goes down to the basement and takes a physical count and tells us, well, you still have the X amount of cups left. So your assumption is you must have sold the rest. Okay, so in this case, no, you don't need to update your ceramic coffee mugs for any reason unless you made a purchase.
okay. That was my question. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
can
needed
move
to.
that next purchase.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are, no, are you done, Nathan, with your question? please go back to your assets and regular coffee. I just gotta check my entry.
Yeah, hold on, just give me a second. Assets, regular coffee. There you go.
And what's the amount on your debit?
$295.33.
Okay, thank you. Because it's too small, I couldn't see it. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. All right. So remember, your best checking point would be your inventory worksheet. So whatever ending balance is in your inventory worksheet should be the same in your ledger. But remember, your ledger will always be correct because you're using rounded numbers here where your inventory worksheet it's not rounded. So make sure that when you do your calculations, your ledger should match your inventory worksheet. Okay? All right. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good job. Good job. All right, so we're done with our general journal number 8 here. Now, as you can see, we still got 3 lines here. This should be okay to go ahead and proceed to the next page, but you know, if this you could potentially put an extra transaction in here. So I mean, if you want to draw a line here, it's up to you. I only do it if it's like longer than 3 blocks or 2 blocks. But just for accounting measures, if you are in a professional real world and you are journalizing, like actually journalizing, you would definitely cross this out because anybody can write themselves a check right here. Okay? And they don't need to have a description. They could just write the check. So in this case, I'm not going to do it just because I don't feel that it's necessary and this is for practice purposes only. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to a brand new general journal, which is number 9. Okay, so a new page. Okay. So we calculated the commissions already for Albert. We submitted this into the invoice or into the customers. We did the journal, we did the ledger, and we did the cost of goods sold. So this transaction is completely done. So let's see what has happened next. What did we receive?
$80 ceramic mugs.
We received our coffee mugs. Okay. So we just talked about how we keep track of our coffee mugs, right? We keep track of them as periodic inventory. Okay, so that should be your biggest hint right there. Periodic inventory. So how do we journalize that we received the coffee mugs?
Are we going to use purchase expense and freight?
Correct, because in this case, right, because it's periodic inventory, we recognize it as a purchase expense, okay? We don't recognize it as inventory. We don't, yeah. And of course, when we calculate this, right, we must keep our purchase and our freight expense separate, right? How do we pay for this?
On account, so it would be accounts payable.
Excellent. Okay. All right, what's my purchase expense account?
196.80.
196.80. Oh, okay. No. No, I got you. That's right. Okay, that's right. 196.80.
And actually here the account number is 61,000.
61,000. And what's my freight account?
6,300.
And
6,300.
good. And then accounts payable should be 20,000. Okay, good. How much was my freight expense?
$100.
Okay, good. So therefore, I owe a grand total of
$296.80.
$296.80. Good.
And then for our description, I just put all things ceramic, invoice 159, 1% tin net 20.
Okay, ceramics, invoice number 159, comma, 1%, 10 net 30. Good.
And then we need to go to our general ledger.
General ledger, good. Right, we finish our journal, so next comes the ledger.
And I went to purchase expense. The date's 6/20. 80 coffee mugs under the item. A debit for 196. And a grand total of 392. Sorry, I was moving fast.
No, right, in 96.80. Okay.
Oh wait.
What was your grand total?
Make sure I didn't miss some pennies. 392.80.
Yes. Okay, don't forget those 80 cents.
The 80 cents. Okay. And next we need to go to.
Right, hold on. Give the other students
Sure.
some extra time in case.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because, yeah.
I'm drinking iced coffee over here.
All right. So go to freight expense. Should be at the top of the window. Okay. Here we go, freight expense. Okay.
Date of June 20.
Okay. 80 ceramic coffee mugs.
General journal 9.
Oh, right. Okay. I got to fix the one down below. I put general journal 8. Excuse me 1 second. I got to fix that before I forget. So, purchase expense. Here we are. General journal 9. Okay, so we go back up to freight expense. Okay, so here's the 80 ceramic coffee mugs, general journal 9, for a total of $100.
Giving us a grand total of 200 for that account.
Okay, so right, 100 plus 100, 200. So last account that we have to go to.
Account payable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see our invoice number. $159. Journal 9. gonna credit 269.
Okay,
Wait a minute,
296.
did I forget the 80 cents again?
Two
Man,
nine.
the 80 cents are not clicking today.
Okay, so 296.80. Okay, on the credit side. Okay.
And then I'm gonna change my total here. I got 862.45.
862.
Oh goodness.
Did I put that wrong number in? Let me see. Did you put 269? Because it's 296.
Okay, so let's try that one more time. Aha, I did.
Okay. So
12,889.45.
good. Okay. So what comes after the ledger now that we finished the journal and we finished the general ledger? What's next?
We need to go into the subsidiary ledger.
Yes. So subsidiary ledger. Okay.
There's
Vendors. Okay. All things ceramics should be the very first table here.
we received 80 mugs. Our invoice is 159. General journal 9. And returns 1% 10 net 30. So our discount date should be June 30th.
June 30th. Good.
And then the due date would be July 20th.
Good. Right? 30 days later, 1 month later. Good.
No prepaid.
No
And
prepaid.
our invoice amount is $296.80.
Good.
Let's see. We didn't make any payment.
Mm-mm.
So our total owing on that line for accounts payable should be $296.80.
Good. Right. If you have the grand total at the bottom, we owe them in grand total $492.80.
we moving to the next one?
There's still 2 more things that we have to do for this one.
You don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still thinking about what that is.
Okay. 2 more things that we have to do.
That is the copy, I mean, inventory section. We'll have to update.
Correct. We need to update our inventory because we made purchases of periodic inventory. So we need to record that we received 80 of those coffee mugs. Okay. Remember, the only thing that we do for periodic inventory is we only strictly update just purchases only. Anything that has to do with sales or anything that has cost of goods sold, we don't care about. We only care about the very end when we calculate our ending inventory, which in this case, we're not doing that. So this whole entire window only deals with just purchases of inventory. So here we go. Right? We bought 80 more coffee mugs. At what price? Okay. So let's check our invoice. At what price was each cup?
That's 246.
$2.46 a cup. So therefore, what is my total purchases?
I got 196.80.
$196.80. How much was freight?
100.
Therefore, my total amount or my total cost is
296.80.
$296.80. Okay. Now, which costing method am I using to calculate my ceramic coffee mugs?
Weighted
Weighted
average.
average.
Weighted average. So here it is optional if you want to calculate the cost per item, but you really don't have to because at the end of the given accounting period, we calculate our total amount that we have in an inventory and our total cost because we divide it to get our average cost per item. In this case, it's up to you if you want to do it for practice purposes only, but in this case, you're not required to calculate the cost per item for batch number 2. Okay? Right? Because we don't really need to keep track of it, right? We're just going to grab them all together as a grand total. Okay? Good. One last thing.
Do we have a PO for those?
Yes,
Can you
we
fill out our
do. Yes, we do. Excellent. So, we need to make sure that on our end, we match the PO with this inventory we just purchased, right? So, just to make sure that we actually received the items, we have here in PO number 309 for the, I'm sorry, not 309, the invoice 308 for the coffee mugs, right, which was quoted for 196.80, we did receive. And that was invoice number
159.
159. Okay. Good. So we're still waiting on our coffee here to arrive. Okay. Good. Now that transaction is complete. Okay.
me just that for a second.
Oh, go back to the POs.
The POs, yeah, I have these couple.
Okay. So now that this transaction is done, let's see. I think we have. Oops, excuse me. Let's see. All right, we definitely have time to do the next one, which is this submission, and then we will do the grand opening sales when we come back from the break, okay? Because that's going to take quite some time. Actually, let's just go ahead and get it done. So let's see. Here we are, still on the 20th. Albert has submitted another sales order. What do we do with this sales order?
You go to the subsidiary ledger to commissions expense.
Good, right? We need to be able to record that it is a potential sale. Okay. Commissions, right? Who are we submitting the sales order for?
Great restaurant.
Great restaurant.
And you don't put the date until you enter until you receive the payment, correct?
In this case, not receive payment, but when you actually deliver, because right now, I haven't billed him yet, so I don't know what it is. I haven't delivered to them yet. So in this case, no, we don't do that because right now it's just a potential sales.
Okay. And invoice number is 104.
Not yet.
For the same reason.
Yes, for the same reason because we haven't.
Order there.
Yeah, it's just an order number.
Okay, order number, and then 55605 is the sales amount.
What was it? 556.05.
Yes.
Perfect. So that's a potential sales right here. Okay.
And that's all we do about this transaction because it's just a potential sale.
Good, right? We haven't received any payments. We haven't invoiced the customer. We haven't even delivered the coffee to them, right? It's scheduled to be done on the 22nd of June. Good. So let's go ahead and just knock this one out first, and then we'll come back on the break and either finish up the inventory or wherever we go, okay? So in this case, let's just go ahead and journalize our next grand opening sales. Okay, so in-store sales once again. Okay. So what should my journal look like?
Check-in, sales discount, sales medium regular coffee, sales large coffee, all that information here we can just copy.
Excellent. Now I'm going to go as far as also copying the cost of goods sold section. Right. So there you go. That saved us a bunch of time. So all we now have to do is just fill out each account with the correct information. Okay. starting off with the checking. How much should we be receiving from these in-store sales?
889 and 69 cents.
Good. How much was my discount for?
105.47.
Good. How much was my sales for the regular medium coffee?
171.14.
Sales for my large regular coffee?
175.08.
Sales for my medium supreme coffee?
2161.
My sales for large supreme coffee?
32457.
And last but not least, my sales. Oh, no, wait, I got two more. The ceramic coffee cups for $34.95. And then now, last but not least, how much tax did I collect?
67.81.
Good. Okay. So let's go ahead and double check our debits match our credits. In this case, I have 1095.16 on the left, 1095.16 on the right. So no typos or fat fingering here.
And for the next section, you need to go back to your inventory, correct? To get the costs of regular coffee and the cost of supreme coffee.
You could do that. Do you want to do that first? Or do you want to just...
Yeah, never mind. You go to the, because you need to move to the general ledger now, correct?
Yeah. Okay. First thing we have here is the checking account.
Anyone wants to take it out from here? I guess not. For sale.
It's okay. In-store sales, what else?
General Journal 9. So it's 889.69.
Okay. Oops. Whoa, too many nines. 88969.
We should give you 2,310.53.
Good. 2310.53.
And then you go to your revenues.
Revenues.
Sales regular coffee, correct?
Oh, you want to go? Okay, sales regular.
Okay, that's okay. We can. Let me just find that
Oh, wait, you got to go back to sales discount?
one. What are you at? Yeah, sure. 620. Current opening 20% again. General Journal 9. And 205.47. Okay, so the formula is up 1
Mhm.
plus the debit, is that correct? Plus debit
Mm-hmm. Plus debit.
minus the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me 1 second because my formula on the top is apparently non-existent. I gotta fix this. Somebody else can go from here.
Okay, so in this case, right, if you're missing numbers or your formula is not working, you should have a total of 771.75. Sometimes, if you are working on Excel, you may need to reactivate the formula once again, because you might be having way too many pages open up with too many formulas. So you might have to reactivate it by just going to the very first cell, right? And clicking on that green little square and dragging it back down again, and it will recalculate for you. Well, in this case, it messed me up, but
Yeah,
let's.
because it's not, I probably have to go all the way to the top because it's giving me a hashtag value. And then when I went to the first one and dragged it down, it just gave me the 172.27,
Okay,
which
so
means
it's
my
the.
formula is wrong
Sorry.
since the top.
It's not the top one, sorry, the second one, right?
Yeah.
Because the second one's supposed to be up 1 plus your debits minus your credit. So your second cell, I'm sorry. Second
So it's
cell at the
up one,
bottom.
okay, plus 186 minus nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what, 358.51.
Okay.
Then I should be able to drag it down.
Mm-hmm.
Still
Oops.
give me a hashtag value.
Which side? Which debit and it should work now.
That's okay. I'll just try to figure it out what's wrong.
Okay, so it's in this case for a sales discount, you will never get a return. So you could just simply just go up 1 and plus your debits in this case, just because you'll never have a refund on a discount. So
Okay, let me just copy your numbers and I'll figure it out later. 566.28. Okay, thank you.
so the number that you should have is 771.75. Okay. Next is
Sales medium coffee,
sales medium coffee.
86 cups.
Okay, hold on. Sales medium coffee. You said 86 cups?
171.14.
You say 86 cups? Yes, 86.
86, 86 cups.
Okay.
So
For
you know,
170. Okay, go ahead.
and then your normal balance on credit should be 660.68.
60. Okay. 660,
Is that correct?
68. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Then large regular coffee, 92 cups, 275.08, balance of 989.69.
Good. 989.69.
The next one is your sales medium supreme coffee, 89 cups, 821.61 for a running balance of 854.07.
85407. Good.
Next is your sales large supreme coffee, 93 cups for 324.57 with a running balance of 1,207.54.
Correct. 1207.54.
We did sales discount. We did the sales discount. Yes. And the sales tax.
Okay. We got one more account before you move on to sales tax.
The coffee mugs.
Correct.
So 620. 5 months.
We sold 5 months. Okay.
434.95, which gives us a running balance of 271.54.
Correct. 271.54.
And liabilities then, correct, for the sales tax?
Yep, we have to collect sales tax. Good.
Sales 6781.
6781. Okay. What's my running balance?
The 254.68.
Correct. Good. All right. So go ahead.
Before we go to the inventory worksheet?
We do, but because it is like almost 10:15, you guys need to go on break right now. So I'm going to stop here because we have a lot of transactions to complete this one, but we're going to stop here. So put your bookmarker wherever you need to put your bookmarker, right? We finished our sales section. We do need to do the inventory afterwards, and we also need to do other stuff as well. So let's stop here and pause here. Okay, so right now it is exactly 10:13. I'll give you guys an extra minute, so please be back no later than what's 20 minutes from now? 15:35. Okay, please be back no later than 10:35.